passing, vision, dribbling, flair, creativity. It's the trequartista. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Know Your Roles. We've covered a load of different roles so far, but this one is probably the most creative one you can get in Football Manager. It's the trequartista. Now bear in mind, the flair, the creativity, all those attacking beautiful attributes it gives you, it does come at a price, and we're going to investigate all that in today's video. Now the first thing to mention is the trequartista can play in a lot of different areas of the pitch. Messi, my favourite example of a trequartista, starts on the right hand side, but obviously this side can also be a trequartista. In behind the striker can also be a trequartista, and unbelievably the man up front can also be a trequartista. You can play any of the attacking positions. Now the role's the same in any of those positions obviously, but it's just his start positions that are going to be different. You start him on the left, he's going to start on the left. You start him behind the striker, he's going to start there. Striker, he's going to start a little higher up. So you need to decide where you want your trequartista to mostly affect the game. And that's why today's examples of the trequartista are slightly different. We've got Leo Messi, who we're going to feature today, the ultimate trequartista. But how about Zlatan Ibrahimovic? A lot of you may not agree with this, but think about it and we'll get into it later on. This role is all about flair, individuality, and not asking too much on the defensive side. For me, Zlatan is right there, and next to him there, the legend that is Eric Cantona, in behind the striker. A free role, do what you want, Eric. Trequartista for me. Okay, so first off, what is a trequartista? Well, it's probably the most creative role in the game. Like I said, it can operate anywhere across those front 3 or 4 positions. Now it says it's similar to an advanced playmaker, that he does drop in the holes, so he's going to drop deep, drop here and there into the little pockets between the midfield and defence, and he does far less defensively. So rather than an advanced playmaker who will help out, your Trek's just going to watch everyone grafting away while he waits and prioritises getting in positions ready for the counter-attack. So your rest of the team need to carry him. So we need to bear that in mind when we're building a team around the trequartista. You're going to have workhorses in and around him. He's basically there as your main creative force to get the ball to as soon as you win it back. So we've established that he's a creative attacking player that doesn't do a lot defensively. Really, really interesting role, and sometimes one that people are a bit apprehensive to put in their team. You saw my 3 trequartistas. If you've got another one and one you'd like to suggest, please pop it down below. I'd love to see it. For now, what sort of formations can we put a trequartista into? Okay, first up is a 4-2-3-1. If you're using a trequartista, I'm assuming you're going attacking because it's probably the most attacking role in the game. And in a 4-2-3-1, you can basically put him in any of these 3 roles, giving him license to roam. If he's been behind the striker, he's going to be roaming all over the middle there, popping wherever he wants. If he was to the side, like Messi is for PSG, he's going to start there, work his way in, but sometimes you'll find him in there. He's going to be all over the place. So a 4-2-3-1 is ideal. It does offer you a bit of security in behind him. So this is where, if you do go with a 4-2-3-1 with a trequartista, the 2 roles in central midfield are pretty vital, and you're going to need workhorses because they're going to have to do a lot of the legwork, especially when you consider not only do they have a trequartista to think about who's not doing any defensive work, but they're going to have another 3 advanced forwards as well, and probably a couple of advanced wing backs. So when using this formation with a trek, these 2 positions come incredibly important. Staying on the aggressive vibe, how about a 4-2-4? So then your trequartista, his starting position is even higher. He's up front, so he doesn't even have to track anywhere. He's not going to track anywhere, but when he's up front, he really isn't. But what it does mean is his starter position is going to be that little bit higher, so you'll need players near him to affect the ball and get it to him that little bit higher up. When using a trequartista in a front 2, you'd want someone who's a little bit more advanced, a pressing forward perhaps, an advanced forward, one to run and work the back line, because your trequartista is not going to do that. He's going to drop off into these sort of areas. So you need your forward who's up front with him to do a lot of work. That's why I'd err on the side of caution when using a poacher who doesn't do a lot of work. Then you've got 2 strikers who are basically doing nothing. So just be careful with the 4-2-4. A 4-3-3, and you may notice now that there is a theme here. You can pretty much play a trek in any formation as long as he's got the right player roles around him. In this example, we've got a really attacking wing back that I want to combine with a trequartista. The wing back will bomb on, and the trequartista will float around like he does and go wherever he wants. But remember, he's doing no tracking back. So that's why we've got this role in midfield, the Carrilero, which I can't pronounce, but we'll go with that. What he does, he covers the wide areas. So when the wing back and the trek are combining, we've got a bit of security there. Bit of extra security, a little bit further back as well, with a deep lying playmaker or anchor man. So we've got this area pretty well covered and letting the trequartista do his thing. What are we looking for in our trequartista then? Let's take a look. But here's a clue. If you get someone like Messi, you're bouncing. Now here is Mr. Messi with his trequartista attributes highlighted. And you can see he is literally the ultimate trequartista. You want dribbling, you want finishing, you want first touch, passing, technique, flair, all these things, decision making, acceleration, balance. His lowest attribute in all of that is 17, for God's sake. Now obviously, mere humans still play this game, so we need to find something like that. So where do we prioritise? Two options for it. If you're looking a bit more long term, you can go to your scouting assignment. So assign a scout. We want the first team player and we want our trequartista. And we want him similar to Lionel Messi, right? So let's just type in Lionel Messi. There we go. It's going to bring up a range of attributes for Messi. So that might help you find a player similar to Messi. But if you see there on the roll, the game says advanced playmaker. Although there's a lot of attributes that are very similar and cross over, they're not quite drilled down to the trequartista. So in that case, you can do it yourself if you prefer. When searching for a player, I wouldn't put the role in as trequartista because that will just home in on players whose favourite role is trequartista, and Messi's favourite role is not even trequartista. So you're better off judging it for yourself. I mean, if, for example, I put trequartista in here, it's only brought up 2 players in the entirety of the game. So reset that and pick them yourself. Prioritise what yourself. Do you need your trequartista to be a dribbler over, say, passing? Or do you want to go both? If you do both in, so let's hone in on the technical ones we're thinking of. So dribbling, finishing, first touch, passing, technique, flair, nearly press one-on-ones then. I mean, that would be a trequartista, right? Decisions, vision, agility, acceleration, balance. That's basically Messi-esque. Let's see what happens. Brought up 2 players. 2 players only for PSG, remember. You're a smaller club, you're going to get even less. Mo Salah, Eden Hazard. So as we always do, we'll go back to this screen and you can see where it says match 10 by 10. We'll drop it down, drop to half that, okay? And then a range of players come up now. You can really have a real good look. I mean, there's pages and pages there. If you want to have a little bit of a less daunting shortlist, drop it to 8. There you go. So work your way down the matches and then find yourself a quality Messi-like player that's a bit cheaper. Little in-match example, why not? So in this game, I've got Messi starting as a trek from the right-hand side, cutting in. Now here you can see Messi with the ball right on the edge of the penalty area. So he's going to affect things where you put him. He's on the right-hand side, he's going to affect things from the right-hand side. Let's play it on. Watch his movement, okay? So there's the ball. He instantly tries to kill a ball to Danilo. So there comes the passing and the vision. It's cleared to Marquinhos, but look where Messi's staying. So he's in this right-hand side. He's not wide like a winger would be. He's inside, more like an inside forward. As we play it on, Nuno Mendes picks it up. Messi now in the box, waiting for the ball. Hakimi, so he's going to combine with the wing-back. The wing-back finds Messi. First-time shot, curls it beautifully into the net. Huge attacking threat from that right-hand side. High up. Last little clip from Messi on the right-hand side. There he is up in the top corner, number 30. Now you just want to watch what he does when the ball's on the opposite side to his. So as it comes forward through Nuno Mendes to Neymar to Trezeguet, now Paredes, now check out Messi. Bang. Storming into that box. So he's making like a shadow striker-esque kind of run. As the ball comes down to Paredes, now you can see there's 2 players in the box. One of which is Messi. If he's a winger or maybe an inverted winger, he's probably going to be on the edge rather than zooming straight in to get into that central spot. So he wants to be involved in every attacking play he can. So that was a trequartista out wide. Basically, he starts wide, but as soon as that ball isn't on his side of the pitch, he wants to get over there and into the middle. If it is on his side, he'll look to get the ball, and your players will look to him as well, very much like an advanced playmaker. Now, Messi's a bit tired, but he's playing the trequartista role in behind the striker this time. Now, I'll level with you. If I'm going to play a trequartista, this is why it's my favourite to have him in the middle. Let's have a look at his movement now under my humongous head. So bear in mind that Messi's starting point is here, but look where he is. Because the ball's over there. When he's central, he's got more ability to get across the right or left quicker. We play it on, the ball comes to Messi's feet. He's an absolute danger on the ball. He's brought down for a penalty. Movement from that central position as a Trek is wild. He's going to drag defenders with him. Midfielders don't know where to go. Let's have a look here. So there's Messi in his start point where you put him. On the screen, you think, right, central midfield, just in front. Not so. Watch where the ball goes. Verratti's got it. Look at Messi. Bombing down to this side. He wants the ball. Saying to Verratti, give us the ball. Give me the ball. Verratti storms on. Messi thinks, is it going in? It's not. So he's just started to come back towards Draxler. There he is offering himself. Now he's basically on the right hand side. Comes back to Draxler, who finds Leo. Now look where he is. You wouldn't say that is central, would you? Certainly not like a shadow striker. Messi picks it up, lays it off to Draxler, and now he heads back into the box. His first movement is get in the box. When he sees it's not coming forward, he comes back for the ball. I do want to show you his defensive positioning when we don't have the ball, though. You can see there he is. So that's how deep he goes. So bear that in mind before the next clip of when he's playing high up as a striker, because he won't get that low. He won't be as deep as that. So it's all about where you want your start position for your Trequartista to be. So when he's in the middle, he starts in the middle, but wherever the ball is, right, left, he's going to shoot and dart there. And then when it looks like it's going to come into the box, boom, and he goes. So when he's central, he's got more movement to get both sides and affect the game overall. Okay, last example coming up. We're putting Messi right up front. It's all about his start position on this one, and we'll have a look in the clips now. So do you remember when we were on the defence in the last game as a Trequartista in the hole behind the striker? Messi was somewhere around here, wasn't he? Dropping back, trying to get the ball deeper. Look at him now. So as a striker, that's where he's going to stay. He's not going to drop into them holes. So bear that in mind. You might need a midfielder who's going to cover that gap there. He wants to stay up front. So he starts up front and his movement starts from there rather than dropping deeper or wider. Again, you can see it in this clip now. Even though he's got a strike partner, he is the most advanced player. Whereas when he plays one of the free rolls in behind the striker, he's more likely going to be across there. So it's really interesting, the little change that he does just by moving forward. Still a Trequartista, same role, position, completely changes him. And this really shows it. Look where the ball is on the right. If he's any other position in that Trek role, behind the striker, he's coming for that ball. He wants it. But because he's up front, he's staying in that sort of area there. Play it on. Marquinhos gets it. Messi still stays there. In them other clips I showed you, he would have been over here asking for the ball. Because he's more advanced, he wants it higher up. Still hasn't come. It's on the right. He would have gone for that. The positives are now, Draxler's got the ball. Messi's in the middle. Ball comes over. There he is. Ping. Right on cue. That couldn't have gone any better to show the point. He's going to stay higher up. There you have it. The Trequartista. Probably the most aggressive, flexible role you can get in any of those attacking positions. He can play any position. If he plays there, he's going to affect the game in these pockets, dropping deep to get the ball. If he plays out wide, he's going to have a few inside forward tendencies. He's going to hang around in this sort of area. He'll get over there, but not as often. He'll concentrate in this area, floating around. Again, not defending. And as we just saw, when he plays there as a Trequartista, he's going to hover around these areas. He's not going to drop as deep, so he's just going to kind of roam about, and spring into action when the ball comes. So however you use him, he's super effective. It's just getting the players around him, which is the big point. The players around him need to be right for him to work. Trequartista done and covered. Are you going to give it a go? Let me know. If I was going to choose one position, I think I'm going to experiment a little bit with him playing right up front as a striker, because that was really interesting. More Know Your Roles to come. If you've got a one that you really want me to do, let me know down below and I'll try and bump it up the list.